Jericho Sims is ready for that starting role, and he has been putting in the work this offseason in order to earn it. According to NBA Insider with the New York Post, Steph Bondy, since mid-August, Sims has been working with Mark Bryant, the Knicks' new assistant coach, on his game. Now, you might be asking yourself, why since mid-August? Well, according to another NBA insider, he revealed that the Knicks found out that Robinson was likely going to miss significant time at that point in time. So it seems like at that point, they told Sims, it's up to you to earn this opportunity and to seize it. And it seems like that's exactly what he's going to do. We're going to break down these latest reports and so much more today. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. And make sure you have notifications turned on so you don't miss a second of the new content. And now, let's get started. Jericho Sims is training for that starting center position. With Mitchell Robinson missing the next several months as he rehabs that ankle, the Knicks don't have that many options at the center position. We really only have Jericho Sims and Precious Achiuwa. And at times, when the game calls for it, I guess we can also include Julius Randle and OG Anunoby on that list. But as Tom Thibodeau mentioned, he does not want to put Randle or OG at that position for too long because he understands it takes a toll on whoever plays center. So for that reason alone, the Knicks need to be able to have somebody consistently and somebody available that can play the center position for them next season. And as of right now, the reports are indicating that the Knicks like their versatility and like the depth that they have. So it doesn't seem like they're going to make a trade before the season starts to address the center position. The only reason they would do that is because they have confidence in who they believe is going to be their starting center on opening night. And according to Ian Begley, that player is going to be Jericho Sims. Let's break down these latest reports about the Knicks and how they feel about Jericho Sims at this point in time. According to SNY insider Ian Begley, he was recently on the Zach Lowe podcast and spoke about who could potentially start at the center position for the Knicks on opening night. And he said the following: if I had to guess, Jericho Sims will be the starting center on opening night. He also mentioned that on opening night, Precious Achiuwa would likely be the backup to Jericho Sims. Sims has been working with newest Knicks assistant head coach Mark Bryant on his front court game. Bryant, along with Othella Harrington, are the Knicks' big man and developmental coaches. NBA insider with the New York Post, Steph Bondy, also adds to this conversation by giving us the following information. Although the Knicks have been canvassing the trade market for a center this offseason, a league source said the team is currently expressing confidence in the roster's depth and versatility. Jericho Sims, who is athletic but unproven, carries the highest upside as a traditional center replacement. According to a source, the 25-year-old has been at the Knicks training facility since mid-August and benefiting from working with Knicks assistant Mark Bryant, a recent veteran addition to the staff who specializes in developing front court talent. If I were the Knicks, given our issues at center right now, I would use the MLE and go out to the free agency market and sign somebody. And the only player I'm looking at is Bismack Biyombo. But at least according to Steph Bondy with the New York Post, the Knicks like their depth and their versatility on the roster that they have at this point. So it doesn't seem like they're going to make a trade or even going to use the MLE to add more bigs to this team. And the main reason seems to be Jericho Sims and his development. As we heard, Jericho Sims has been working with Mark Bryant, another assistant head coach that the Knicks recently added to the staff. He specializes in working with front court talent and improving their game. And he has been working with him since mid-August. Now, again, you might ask yourself, why since mid-August? Why has he not been working with Mark Bryant earlier than that to try to work on his game even more and try to improve it so he can carve out some meaningful minutes for himself next season? Well, at least according to Ian Begley, he went on the Zach Lowe podcast and he revealed the following information about the Knicks and when they actually found out about Robinson and how long he was going to be out for. According to Begley, look, I don't think this caught the Knicks by surprise. At least, I know for sure that they were telling people in August that they didn't think Robinson would be ready for the regular season. And now, here we are. It's a more definitive timeline right now, but they knew. They had an idea at the very least that he wasn't going to be around in late October. So it makes you wonder, why didn't they go more aggressively in addressing the situation? I think I have an answer as to why the Knicks didn't address the center situation, and it has to do with Jericho Sims. And Ian Begley just said it. The Knicks were telling people in August that Robinson was likely going to miss significant time. So they knew then. And then we find out from NBA Insider with the New York Post and Steph Bondy that Jericho Sims, out of the blue, out of nowhere, in mid-August, starts working with Mark Bryant on his game. I don't think that's a coincidence. If anything, it's very ironic. And I do believe that the Knicks told Jericho Sims at the same time when they found out about Mitchell Robinson and likely him missing significant time, that now is your opportunity, Sims. Now is your chance to shine. In training camp, there's likely going to be no competition there for you. We need you to get better. We need you to improve your game. So that way, opening night, we can give you that starting center position. Ian Begley already confirmed it. He believes Sims will get that starting center role. I believe it too, because if you look at the depth, there really isn't anybody that the Knicks are going to have to go to. And if you're looking at who's the best replacement between Achua and Jericho Sims for Mitchell Robinson, it's really going to be Jericho Sims because he's tall, he's athletic, he can block shots, and he can get rebounds. And even though Achua can do it too, Jericho Sims is a little bit taller and a little bit more athletic. So if he improves his game, I do think the Knicks will give him some time at the starting center position. But it's all contingent with him improving his game. And I remember Jericho Sims getting some time at that position last season. And I remember what I saw. I didn't like it. It was like a deer in headlights. When he gets rebounds, he holds the ball over his head, he looks around, and any advantage that you get from getting that rebound, you've now lost because you've taken 5 seconds before you passed it. I need those things to go away. I hope with him working with Mark Bryant, he corrects those situations, he reduces those issues, and he makes sure his basketball IQ is just a little bit higher because he needs to understand when he has the ball in those situations to pass it fast to anybody who's open so that way they can drive to the rim, maybe get contact, and then go to the line. Or maybe they're open and they can shoot a three. These are the things I need Jericho Sims to focus on and improve on, because if he gets better in these aspects, if his overall basketball IQ improves when he's out there, if he understands his role better, he gets those rebounds, blocks shots, and he's available consistently each and every game, not only will he win favor with Knicks fans, but I also think that starting center position is going to be his until somebody takes it from him. This is the opportunity that he has. But honestly, if you're asking me, I don't have a lot of faith in Jericho Sims given what I've seen from him in the past. Now, maybe because this is the first year he's fully healthy with no injuries, he's been working with Mark Bryant to improve his game. Maybe this is the year finally he turns the corner and we see what he can do. But I've been waiting for this year after year after year. So to believe it's going to happen this year, it's going to be very hard for me to take that chance with him, to give him that faith. But he has every chance to make me a believer come training camp, come preseason, and definitely come the regular season. Because as we just found out, even though Jericho Sims is training and working for that starting center position, it's likely going to be his anyways. Because as Ian Begley just reported, if he had to guess, Jericho Sims will be the starting center on opening night. It does seem like the Knicks want to try to get as close to Mitchell Robinson with the starting center position in the starting lineup. And if that's the case, Jericho Sims seems to be their option. However, it doesn't mean that can't shift to Precious Achiuwa or maybe somebody else if they do end up using the MLE to sign a backup center in free agency. But at this point, at least according to Bondy, it seems like the Knicks like their depth and their versatility with the current roster that they have. And Jericho Sims, since he's been training with Mark Bryant since mid-August, and the Knicks found out about Mitchell Robinson's injury in August, that Mitchell Robinson was likely going to miss significant time, it doesn't seem like that's a coincidence. I do believe that the Knicks are trying to get Jericho Sims to be the starting center of this team come the regular season. Whether that's a good move or a bad move is anybody's guess. But the Knicks are prepared to move in this direction until something makes them move into a different situation. Maybe they figure out that Jericho Sims isn't the answer and they don't have what they need at the center position. And maybe then at that point, it makes them have to make a trade sooner rather than later. And the soonest they can do that is December 15th. Now, if they do it on that date, all depends on how the team is looking, how their record is looking, and how the Knicks feel overall. But I think regardless, the Knicks are always going to be looking for the first opportunity to upgrade at the center position, because having Jericho Sims and Precious Achiuwa as your only two options at that position, regardless of what you want to say about OG and Randall, any team, any contending team in this situation would be concerned. I am concerned. Why wouldn't I be? Jericho Sims as the starting center for a championship Knicks roster? Of course I'm concerned. Unless he takes a major leap in his game, which I don't anticipate, but maybe he's going to prove me wrong, and I hope he does. But if that doesn't happen, everybody should be concerned with the Knicks and the depth that they have at the center position right now. Now, obviously, I believe in the Knicks, I believe in this roster, and I believe in that next man up mentality. I think the Knicks are going to win as many games as possible because of Tom Thibodeau being the coach and because of the defense that this roster gives them. But there's always going to be a hole at the center position as long as Mitchell Robinson is out and as long as the Knicks do not trade to upgrade that position. And they can't really do anything at this point in time. The assets that they have available to trade, at least the assets they want to trade, won't be available till December 15th. So they can't make a trade right now unless they want to include some core pieces. And they're not going to do that. So a trade before the season starts, that's not going to happen. At the deadline, absolutely. But right now, the Knicks are going to roll with the roster that they have. That means Jericho Sims is going to be your starting center. But what about you guys? What do you think about the following reports about Jericho Sims that indicate that he's been working on his game with Mark Bryant since mid-August, and he's likely going to be the starting center for the Knicks on opening night? Let me know in the comments section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans. Peace.